Hey folks, rinimt here, and welcome back to a Return to Ash. Thank you, Serenity Forge, for the code. Last time we revived with Scarlet, so let's dive in again. We're not skipping text again, and we got another person to revive with. Once I actually click into the game, that would be a good start. The hospital was empty, quiet and brighter than usual, like waking up on a snow day. But I didn't feel cold. I didn't feel much of anything. Weird. Normally opening my eyes to a room this bright would give me a migraine. Instead, I felt no pain at all. No aching muscles, no bed sores, not even a hint of dizziness or nausea. For the first time in 7 years, I felt completely normal. Either I'm cured, or this is a dream. Or I'm dead. Hello? I called out, but no one came. Nurse? I searched for the call button on the side of my bed, but it wasn't there. Yep, definitely a dream then. My IV bag dripped in response. Or these are some next level painkillers. What am I supposed to do now? I guess leave the room. Fine, I'll just go and find someone. Put on some slippers and walked out into the hall. Much to my dismay, there didn't seem to be anyone here either. Something was definitely wrong. Even in the dead of night, you'd see a nurse or two scurrying these halls, or at the very least a janitor. But it's broad daylight and there's absolutely no one. My footsteps echoed quietly in the eerie silence. I peered around the corner to see another empty stretch of hallway before me. Okay, new explanation. Time has stopped. I slept through the fire alarm and everyone already evacuated. I was left behind in the confusion. Or it's the Rapture! So it's not their fault I was left behind. A nuclear apocalypse? Isn't there a bright flash before the bomb goes off? That must be what this is. I walked steadily down the halls, coming up with more and more ridiculous theories as to what was happening. Finally, a figure appeared, saving me from my madness. Hello? Hi. I was too surprised to know how to react. This wasn't the sort of person I expected to find, and she showed up too suddenly. Instead of focusing on all the possible explanations for what was going on, I should have come up with something to say when I inevitably found someone. Stupid! I didn't think anyone else was here. She looks me up and down, glancing to my IV and then back to my face. She's expecting a response. Cool tie. That's a cool tie? Thanks. Are you feeling okay? I couldn't help but notice you're on an IV. Well, I'm in the hospital for a reason. Smile falls. Sorry for being a depressing person, lady. She gives me a pitying look, then pauses to consider her next words. Listen, this isn't a hospital. You died. Ah! Are you okay? You're not having a heart attack, are you? No, I just really hoping you weren't gonna say that. Ah, right, of course. Why would it matter if I was having a heart attack now? I'm apparently dead. I mean, I assumed as much. Just didn't want to face it. How could I have died so unceremoniously? Unless it's just I don't remember the gruesome details. I guess I should be thankful for that at least? Still, to die in my sleep at the ripe age of 22. It's not how I expected my life to come to an end. The doctors never told me I had however many weeks left to live. It feels so out of nowhere. Did I really die? I'm breathing right now. Out of necessity or habit. The woman clears her throat. I'm sorry, it took me some time to process my own death too. You're also dead? I've been here for about 3 months now, give or take. Wonder how she died, but it's probably rude to ask a stranger something like that. It's not like I'd want to spill my life story either. So, what's your story, kid? She asked without hesitation. I'm not a kid, I'm 22. Really? But you look so young. Being hospitalized stunted my growth, I guess. Why are we talking about this? I died. Who cares what I look like? Oh, only 4 years younger than me. Finally someone I can relate to a little better. My life is pretty far from the average 22-year-old's experience. It's hard to imagine I would be relatable to her in the slightest. What were you hospitalized for? It's not cancer, is it? She's so unbelievably rude! No, it's hard to explain. Was it terminal? I continue to be astounded by this woman's complete lack of tact. Can we talk about something else? Sorry, I'm asking because I want to discern what your goal might be. My goal? I'm dead! Surely there's no reason left to pursue any kind of goals. To my surprise, she laughs. This might be some kind of afterlife, but that doesn't mean we should give up on living. My name is Scarlet. I'm gonna get my second shot at life, even if it kills me. Moving words for someone who's already dead. What about you? Do you want to go back? I mean... of course, I want to live. I'd rather not be dead, yeah. Good, that's what I like to hear. What's your name? It's Ashley. Ash for short. Alright, Ashley, walk with me. I'll tell you everything I know. She turned immediately with complete confidence that I would follow right after her. So I did. Scarlet walked at an easy pace, explaining the mechanics of this afterlife as if it were a speech she rehearsed and recited 20 times. Maybe she had. Clearly I wasn't the first dead person she'd welcomed here. It was surreal. Thinking about the situation I was in, but also I had no trouble focusing on her explanation despite that. Usually I feel so lost in the fog, but my mind is completely clear right now. Is this how my brain would function if I were healthy? Not that it matters anymore. Based on Scarlet's explanation, I should consider this place to be purgatory. We died, but we can move on from here. It's unclear exactly where we would move on to. Apparently, that's up to death. We were on our way to meet them now. So we don't get hungry. Right. Or thirsty. There is nothing to eat or drink here anyway. And we can't sleep. You know, I haven't actually tried. But after 3 full months with no sleep, I haven't had any sort of adverse health effects. Safe to say it's unnecessary. No, for sure it's been 3 months. Time is definitely passing. I've been using my watch to track the days. Because there's no sunrise or sunset. I slow my pace and Scarlet stops in front of me. There's a pitying look on her face. The sneeze isn't so bad once you get used to it. I'm already tired of how bright it is. Scarlet laughs, but I wasn't joking. I may have been spared from my usual migraine, but the constant intensity of the light was unnerving to me. I had a choice of which hospital to spend purgatory in. I'd say St. Fellows was the better option. At least there I had the changing seasons to look forward to. How I get quieter after visiting hours were over. Chatty nurses telling me about their day as they changed my IV. Being in the hospital for so long, you learn to love the little things. The alternative is to just feel miserable all the time. I'm not miserable. I'm still alive. But I can't even say that anymore. I grip the pull of my IV stand a little tighter. Still too afraid to leave it behind. The last few wayward souls who came through here, they made it out pretty quick. Maybe you'll be able to bargain with death too. Then you won't have to get used to this light. I'm not very good at bargaining. She laughs again and presses the button for the elevator. I'll help you. I'm good at debate. Thanks. The elevator doors opened to reveal a man stacking coins in the center of the floor. Don't come in! I blinked at the confusing sight, but Scarlet cut in without missing a beat. You're still at this? It's been 2 days. There's a lot of coins. The deadline's coming up pretty soon. Scarlet leaned her forearm against the elevator door to prevent it from closing. Well, can we get in? I'm taking Ashley here to meet Dad. Could you maybe catch the next one? No. Scarlet forced her way in, knocking over a stack of coins in the process. Why are you so pushy, Miss Scarlet? Because you're wasting your time. Come on, Ashley. She motioned for me to follow and I stepped into the elevator. I did my best to avoid the coins on my feet. It was an awkward ride. When we reached the basement, Scarlet went on ahead. The man moved to shield his coin stacks from her reckless drive, but it turned out to be unnecessary. Her intent seemed more focused on escorting me to wherever death was, I guess. To the side of the elevator door was another pile of coins. Upon closer inspection, they looked to be some type of play currency. At least, I'm not aware of any coins with a skull on them. Doubloons, maybe? Judging by the cartoony design, it seemed like something used for a board game rather than by pirates. Curious, and not particularly in any rush to meet death, I stopped to talk to the man. Why are you stacking coins, Mr. Celadon? You're Ashley, right? I prefer Ash. Celadon picks up a small stack of coins and transports them to the larger pile beside the elevator. His process is methodical and efficient. I can tell he really has been at this for 2 days. It's my trial, so I can revive. He shovels back into the elevator to pick up the next stack of coins. Trial? Scarlet, clearly tired of waiting, returns to my side. Dad told him he had 3 days to bring coins from the top floor to the basement. If he reaches a certain amount, his soul will be released. I have to stay stacked like this. If a single coin faces tails up, it won't count. Sounds tedious? No, I don't mind. It's good exercise. He goes back for the next round of coins. Leave him, Ashley. He's done hundreds of these trials. Death isn't going to let him pass this time either. As Scarlet walks away again, the elevator doors begin to close. Celadon stumbles from his place to block them. The stack of coins he's holding wobbles dangerously, but he quickly studies them and continues his work as if nothing had happened. I feel sorry for him. Let's just follow Scarlet. Not wanting to be left behind, I back away from Celadon and leave him to his trial. Scarlet turns back to me, tapping her foot as I catch up. She's grinning. You know, the reason I volunteered the bargain with death for you is because I don't want to see you end up like Celadon. In other words, she took pity on me. I really wish I'd had a mentor when I first got here. Maybe things would have gone more smoothly. Thanks for your help, Miss Scarlet. You don't need to call me Miss Ashley. We're equals here. It's funny, I don't feel like I'm being treated as an equal at all. Still, I can't help smiling back. If she wants to take me under her wing, that's a net positive for me, isn't it? Scarlet motions for me to follow again, and I obey. Best not to overthink it. I steel myself as she escorts me further down the hall, toward death. The room I found myself in now had walls aligned with metal drawers. I know these drawers. They're for storing human bodies. You pull the door open and the panel slides out with a corpse on it. And I've seen it on TV. This is the basement of the hospital where they take patients who succumb to their illness or injuries. And Scarlet took me here. I'm really dead. I died! No matter how many times I say it in my head, it doesn't sink in. Still thinking and walking and talking. How can I really be dead? You're joking, right? She turns to me, genuine confusion in her eyes. The morgue? My voice cracks. I can't stay calm when faced with this. Is that how you see it? What's that supposed to be? It's obviously the morgue. Are you okay, Ashley? No, I don't know. I'm in the morgue. The fear is so visceral, but my heart isn't beating faster at all. Is it still beating? When did it stop? It's not beating anymore, is it? Scarlet, I don't want to die. I don't want to be dead. I feel the same, which is why we need to bargain with death. I try to calm my breathing. She's right. This is what we came for. I'm sorry. Don't be. It's a normal reaction. I feel like an idiot for freaking out. I was told a long time ago that I'd die young, but still always felt so far away. Imagining myself being slid into one of these cold metal drawers to be forgotten by everyone I'd ever known. But everyone already forgot about me, didn't they? That's how I felt before. No visitors in over a year. I might as well not exist to them. It's more convenient if I don't exist. How will they feel when they hear the news? Relieved? I don't want to think about it. How did you die? Asked the question point blank. She pried in my life before, so this is just a bit of payback, I guess. I don't remember the specifics. I woke up here 3 months ago. Celadon was focused on his trials, and Death refused to talk to me. There have been a few others, but they haven't stuck around long. I'm not sure how any of them got out, or if they were able to revive at all. She talks quickly in another speech that feels rehearsed. She must have relayed the story a number of times by now. I've searched the building for clues, but the computers don't boot up, and everything in the filing cabinets is completely blank. All I know is that Death is in charge and seems to have some control over who can leave via the trials. Which means bargaining with them might really be my only way out. There is a way out of here. You're sure we can bargain with them? Well, I don't expect results right away. They don't like the recently living. Great! Guess I'll have to figure out a way to get on Death's good side. Where is Death, anyway? I thought they'd be lurking around in here. They usually are. Take a look around now that the shock of being in a morgue has worn off a little. On the opposite side of the room is a large pile of coins that have been meticulously stacked. Celadon's work, I guess? What's the point of this? A show of dedication? Paying his sins, maybe? You'd have plenty of time to reflect on your life if you spent 2 whole days doing this. Maybe you'd be so focused that you don't think at all? Wondering these things to myself isn't going to answer any questions. I turn to Scarlet. What else has Celadon had to do for his trials? Oh, I stopped caring. It's all meaningless anyway. One as always. Trials are a waste of time, Ashley. Death always finds a way to claim you've lost. You calling me unfair? Behind us stood a hooded figure with an oversized scythe. This is definitely Death. You came out of nowhere. Don't do things like that! You're gonna give Ashley a heart attack! Not possible. Certainly feels possible. That really startled me. Just then, Celadon came stumbling into the room with a stack of coins in hand. Oh, everyone is here. We have business with Death. Could you try not to disturb us? But my trial. Is this not enough coins? It's insanity! He places a stack of coins in a pile and then scurries out of the room. Have some self-respect! What's your business with me, Scarlet? Yes, flatly, their side muffled by the skull mask covering their face. That is a mask, right? The gloves they're wearing look like the kind I've worn for Halloween as a kid. Ashley wants to revive. You're gonna release her soul from this place. She speaks for me. Let her. There's no way I can talk to Death talk like that to Death myself. Am I? Celadon sneaks back into the room with another stack of coins and quietly adds them to his pile. Yes, you are. Look at her. She's on an IV, for God's sake. So if she revives, she could die anyway. Gee, thanks for the reminder. That's beside the point. It seems relevant to me. Why should I bother? Because maybe a near-death experience is what she needed in order to be miraculously healed. She could go on to live a full life. That's kind of a weird argument to make. I'm certainly not expecting any miracles. She's young. Does she look like she belongs here? Celadon's coins clatter in the background. To me, she looks like someone who would rather rely on a stranger than face her problems herself. We're not strangers. We did just meet. Scarlet gently puts a hand on my shoulder. Let me do the talking, Ashley. I ousted from the debate over my own soul, retreat to the opposite side of the room. This isn't going well. Death probably thinks I'm pathetic now, like how Scarlet feels about Celadon. A pathetic little worm doing whatever they're told, relying on the strength of others, pitiable and weak. That's us. He glances at me and hurriedly returns to stacking his coins. But before he can leave the room again, Death blocks his way. Time's up, Donnie. Donnie? That's kind of cute. Please stop calling me that. Only my mom calls me Donnie. Scarlet strides over to us, indignant. Excuse me, our conversation was not over. The schedule's full, babe. Come back with better argument tomorrow. I'm busy. Just tell him he failed and get it over with already. Please don't do that. I worked really hard. Excuse me. They all turn to face me at once. I'm a little surprised they listen. I'm massively uncomfortable with the attention. Are you really gonna check through every coin? Not just check them. There's a hint of smirk in her voice. I'm gonna flip them. Flip. And there's the catch. For every coin you brought, we're gonna play heads or tails. If any land on tails, you lose. I thought I just had to place him here face up. Flipping every single one. That's impossible. Why are the odds getting heads so many times in a row? 50-50 for each coin. That's not gonna happen. Isn't this game kind of rigged? There's no way to get heads every time. I told you it was a waste of time. All my effort just made the odds even worse. Death flips the first coin. Hands. They pick up the next one. Ooh, heads again. They're definitely taking pleasure in this. Celadon cringes visibly at the sound of each coin being tossed. Third coin lands on heads, and then the fourth. He watches the results, unable to speak. They can't go on forever. Acton might be set up to make him start to think he has a chance, only for Death to take that away. Just the coin flip, with the magic turning into immense psychological torture. Bringing fewer coins would have given him better odds, but then would he fail for not meeting the minimum requirement? I see why Scarlet didn't bother to help him before. Best trials are made to be unwinnable. The coin flips pause, and Death turns to me. Hey Ashley, heads or tails? Tails. I wasn't asking you. Death wants me to call it tails, like Scarlet said. I just want this to be over. It's too cruel. They flip the coin. Tails, you lose, Celadon. Come on, that's not fair. His voice wavers. I think he might cry, which is probably Death's aim in this. Crushing his spirit, giving him hope, only to snuff it right back out. What did it gain from toying with people like that? Celadon has, done a lot of these, right? Can't stop myself from speaking up. A situation is too unfair. Yeah. So why can't you just release his soul already? He's tried pretty hard, right? He's got plenty of time. What do you mean? Death mounts her side like a witch on a broomstick. I barely know how to react. As my eye follows him, I can only think of how the ceiling is higher up than I realized. They drift to a stop, then grasp a handle on one of the metal doors. Am I about to see a corpse? Have I been standing in a room lined with bodies? Why do the walls look infinitely tall, and how had I not noticed that until now? The metal door swings open and a long drawer slides out. It's hard to tell from where I'm standing, but it seems to be lined with rows upon rows of hourglasses? His isn't here. What are those? A countdown for every soul that comes here. Countdown? Why is the first I'm hearing of a countdown? You never asked. Ugh, like you'd have told me. This is how long you have left to live. Sand in the small hourglass falls steadily down, a human life measured in grains of sand. Nice try. We're already dead. Not quite. Celadon stares at the ground, wringing his hands. What do you mean? Death descends again, Celadon's hourglass in hand. Want to see what happens when I turn this over? They say it in a teasing voice, like it's a game to them. This is someone's life. No! Celadon says what we must all be thinking. Oh, but it's cool! Check it out! When Death flips the hourglass over, we all expect the sand inside to reverse direction. But it doesn't. It continues falling upward, defying gravity. This is how long we have left to live? Meaning we are still alive. And maybe because we're still alive, we have a chance to revive? Girl, said she's been here for 3 months. How much time does she have left? How much time do I have left? Scarlet lets out an incredulous huff. So you're just gonna torture him until his time runs out? Will you release him once he gets down to the wire, or let him die in the end? That's up to him. Unbelievable! We're, still alive? Even though this is the afterlife? Didn't Scarlet tell you? I looked at Scarlet, but she's already stormed away. She taps her foot, facing away from us. This is the afterlife for souls who died a social death. You only ended up here because you're miserable losers. Scarlet brought me back up to the floor where we first met. In our hands was an hourglass, one Death had given to her when she asked for it. She eyes it suspiciously. Didn't she tell you? That's what Death said. Scarlet could have told me we aren't really dead. She's apparently known it all along. So why did she give me the wrong impression? No, she specifically told me that I died. That's not a lie by omission. That's just a straight up lie, isn't it? What else is she not telling me? Based on her reaction, I can tell she didn't know about the hourglasses, but what about everything she told me before? Was any of it true? I slowed my pace. We need to talk about this. Hey, Scarlet? She finally looks up from her hourglass and directly into my eyes. You told me that we died, but according to Death, that isn't really true? You knew that it was a social death, didn't you? Why didn't you tell me sooner? Because I don't trust them. I don't trust anything Death says implicitly. Their trials are, for instance, I've never once seen anyone pass them. Others made it out before, right? Maybe they passed their trials without you noticing? I've yet to confirm that. They just seem to disappear after a while. You think Death is lying to us? I know that I'm dead, Ashley. She suddenly seems very intense. I'm taken aback by the coldness in her voice. How are you so sure? Because I was murdered. Scarlet glances down the empty hallway, then steps into one of the rooms. Does she want me to go in after her? We're not going to. I'll just give her some space for now. Head back to the elevator to gather more information on my own. Where should I go? The morgue. I might as well ask Death for more information on this hourglass stuff. I steel myself and press the button labeled B2. When the elevator doors open, Death's sight drops in through the small gap like a guillotine. The blade sticks in the floor, set a couple inches deep. It takes me a moment to register what happened. Thank God I wasn't standing right there! Once the doors fully open, they jostle the handle and swing their weapon back over their shoulders casually. I've been expecting you. To kill me? Nah, wanna hang out. You're not gonna swing your scythe at me anymore, right? Don't be such a baby. Follow me. Like I have a choice. When I look back at the elevator floor to check the damage, I'm surprised to see it's completely pristine. Death brings me back to the morgue, but the atmosphere has completely changed. Is this a different room? It's my room. How'd you deck it out so fast? This place looks extremely lived in, from the half-eaten bags of snacks on the floor to the controller scattered near the beanbag chair. Magic, don't worry about it. Right, I should have known better than to ask, considering I've also seen them fly. The big screen TV catches my attention. There's a tantalizing lineup of all the latest game consoles below it. Are we gonna play video games or something? I'm getting a little excited now. The only games I had in the hospital were on my favorite childhood handheld. Death strides over to the controllers on the floor and picks one of them up. We're gonna play GTA 5. GTA? Glorious Devil's Avarice. How have you not heard of that? Oh, the kids down the street I grew up on had one of those games. I watched them play it on the Sintown one, I think? Yeah, that's the old one. 5's cooler. It's got way better graphics. How do you play? It's single player. You just watch. Wow, what fun! How long am I gonna be stuck here hanging out with them? Death turns the console on and boots up the game. The graphics really are better than Sintown's. In GTA, you play as a devil girl named Lucy. She's like if Lucifer were a sexy lady. It's a raunchy game that appeals to edgy preteens and middle schoolers. In the case of my childhood friends, their parents didn't seem to understand the rating system and bought it out of ignorance. There is a main story mode, but I think most people play the game for the sandbox aspect. You can pick up guns and steal cars and kill people. It takes place in hell, so I guess you're killing other sinners? I don't think it's the kind of game with deep lore attached to it. Death loads a save and shows me their character. Lucy is dressed in cargo pants and a bikini top with a huge rifle on her back. She looks absolutely ridiculous, but the over-the-top aesthetic of the game is kind of the selling point. Check this out, they say, equipping a huge rocket launcher. They fire at the gas station and walk toward the camera in slow motion for a dramatic effect. The explosions in this game are so realistic. Actually, I've never seen an explosion in real life, so maybe they're not. They look more real than the ones from the previous game anyway. I comment on how cool it was while Death cackles away, stealing a fast-looking car and evading Hell's police force. They're having a great time. Ugh, mouse getting in the way. Aha! This is different. Didn't get this before. Death slides their mask up and under their hood, revealing their face. One half of their head is shaved, and their eyelids are caked in bright purple eyeshadow. Their eyes flash with excitement over the game. They're gonna send in the helicopters next. Sure enough, helicopters appear. The edges of the screen flash red as the bullets rain down on poor Lucy. You better find some cover. I'm working on it. Lucy's car skids into a parking garage, and one of the helicopters crashes into the side of the building in a huge explosion. Whoa. Dumbass AI never knows what to do when I drive into one of these. Beth speeds through the parking garage before rolling out of their car, letting it crash into the outer wall. Sometimes it'll clip through and fly out onto the street. This game is buggy as hell. They're making it seem like a lot of fun. I used to get motion sickness whenever I tried to play these types of games myself. Oh yeah, that blows. I paused the game quickly. You're not getting sick from watching, are you? No, I haven't had any symptoms since waking up here. It's kind of awesome. You want to play? Huh? Can I? Yeah, since you normally wouldn't be able to, I'll make you a new file as long as you don't overwrite a save over my shit. That holds the controller out in front of me. That. Take it. Yeah, thanks. It's been so long since I played a console game, it takes me a while to adjust to the controls. Why are 3D cameras so unwieldy? Whenever I hold up or down, it seems to go the opposite direction I wanted. It's so disorientating, but still pretty fun to run around, even if I'm not any good at the game. I've spent some time driving around the fictional hell trying to obey traffic laws. Never learned to drive, so it's as close as I'll ever get. I'm too afraid to start a shootout with the cops, so I try my best to act like a good citizen. I brace myself, expecting death to poke fun at my cowardice, but their attention is turned away from the screen. At some point, they pulled out a laptop and started typing away on it. Do you get internet here? Yeah. Wait, like real life internet? What other kind of internet is there? Could I use it to contact my parents? No. Why not? For one, I'm busy. I stubbornly continued typing. I can't believe we had a connection to the real world and they're keeping it all to themselves. Okay, that's fine. I don't know my parents' emails anyway. Can't send email, it's read only. Oh, so can't even make a forum post? Ah, I wish. I'm stuck trolling people like you instead. Does that mean they stop torturing people with impossible trials if they could just shitpost online? What do you do on the laptop then? I'm making a game. Oh, you know how to make games? Yep. I'll even let you play this one when it's finished. This is so cool. I've never met a game developer before. What kind of games do you make? You'll see. Go back to GTA, loser. Turn back to the screen obediently and resume driving around hell. I've always wanted to learn how to make games. I hope they'll teach me sometime. I lose myself in the game for a long time. The sound of the laptop shutting beside me brings me back to reality. That's enough of that. Beth stops what they're doing to pick up their scythe again. The room transforms back to normal around us as if it were only an illusion. I thought some good trials. Run and get the others, will ya? Sure. Well, that was different. Now that we've assembled, Death taps her scythe on the floor and makes their announcement. Okay. Scarlet, it's time for your next trial. Pass. She said so quickly, Death barely even had time to finish her sentence. Ashton. They turned to me. I can feel myself starting to sweat. I made you something special. It's a video game. Oh, you finished the one you were working on? Yep, it's a card game. So that's what they were making on their laptop. Kind of excited to see it. They pulled a small handheld and offered it to me. It's a retro model, similar to one I got in elementary school. This is a Pain Boy. The card's already in there, so turn it on and try it out. Right, this game was made for my trial, which means if you can beat my game, you'll get to revive. I have a feeling Death designed something extremely difficult, maybe even impossible. Should I? Yeah, let's play it. Click the on switch. Can't hurt to try. Alright, so we need to make an actual effort here. Retry. Not it. Give up. I shut the game off in defeat. I give up. I don't have the patience for this. Death snickers, taking back their Pain Boy. This is a waste of time after all. It's time for your next trial, Donnie. He stiffened in preparation. I couldn't help but feel nervous for him too. Okay, Death, what is it? What do you need me to do this time? Not much. Death ascends high over our heads, just like they did before. They opened a different drawer this time. When they pulled out the table, it appears to be empty. This game is simple. They ascend back down towards us with a hint of darkness in their voice. It's called Say When. Their movement is swift. Too swift for us to really do anything, but before Scarlet is hoisted up by the collar of her jacket and shoved into the open drawer. Well, this is also different. I see, I see. Even Scarlet could hardly fight back. A shriek and some startled flailing, but what could have prepared her for this? The metal door makes a horrible echoing clang when Death slams it shut behind her. Celadon and I can only stare up in shock as Death snickers down at us from on high. Aha. New picture. It's up to you to save her, Celadon. I'll let her out if you ask. But free her too soon and you lose the trial. Seriously? Celadon looks up at the drawer. Scarlet is locked in, frozen with indecision. A few thoughts rushed through my head. The first is that this trial is even more cruel than the last. Second, I'm glad it wasn't me who was shoved inside one of those drawers. And third is, well, I'm ashamed to even have thought it, but maybe she kind of deserves it. A loud banging rings out from the wall above us. Celadon! Celadon, are you kidding me? She punctuates her frustration with another loud bang. I can't tell if she's slamming her fists on the walls or kicking a door. Maybe both. Well, it's not like he'll die in there. This time we hear the slamming of heel on metal, accompanied by an enraged scream, and then silence. In this trial, you can win by doing nothing at all, as long as your conscience allows it. My conscience. The guilt you might start to feel over leaving her like this. unconscious, or maybe in this case, self-preservation. The longer you leave her in there, the more time she'll have to plot an elaborate revenge. Celadon. Her voice comes out sweet this time, gentle, like the tone she sometimes uses with me. Celadon, this is pointless. We both know that. Death hasn't given you an exact time to target. It could be anywhere from hours to weeks, years even. No matter when you win the trial, they'll say it wasn't enough. Are you going to risk that? How much time are you going to waste on this, Celadon? Come on, think about it logically. Celadon? He turns to Death. All I have to do is say when? Yep, simple as that. In that case, I shouldn't give up immediately. You said it yourself, Scarlet. It might only be a matter of hours. Celadon, please! Her voice is firm this time, commanding. It'd at least give you some time to cool off, right? Alone time's not so bad, is it? Celadon, if you get me out here right now, I swear to God, I'm going to find a way to kill you! See, you're angry. I don't want to let you out until I can be sure you're not going to hurt me. Say nothing. This isn't really my problem. It's Celadon's trial, so it's up to him, not me. Uninterested in seeing any more of this unfold, I decided to walk out of the morgue. I take the elevator to the upper floors. I consider the stairwell, but it's not like I have to anything to prove. Convenience wins out. I know I should probably feel bad leaving Scarlet locked up like that, but I genuinely doubt there's anything I can do about it. But from the way Celadon was talking, I'm not sure he can be convinced. Rather, I think he said double down and can't be convinced. These people are strangers to me. They just happen to be stuck in the same place. Maybe this is just me doubling down, too. Either way, I'm not going to worry about it right now. I climb back into bed, hoping the residual stress of the experience will fade away in time. I don't get to rest for long before the door is pushed aside by a gloved hand. Why are you in here? Their tone is flat, almost accusatory, but I can tell it's a genuine question. This is just how they talk. It's my room, well, the one I woke up in anyway. I don't know, feel like I can relax here? It's a little lacking in personality. Yeah, well, I can't do magic like you. You could learn. I can't tell if they're joking. They mount their scythe again, just to rub it in, I guess. You know, I don't get you. Most people would freak out and try to rescue Scarlet, but you just walked away. It's not my trial. What if I was testing you? Okay, did I pass? Not telling. Death drifts out of my sight and over to the window. I roll over to face them. You don't even have any video games in here. Aren't you bored? Not really. Kinda used to lying in a hospital bed with nothing to do. Death lifts her mask up to look at me again. What was the hospital like? Can I ask? You just did. Well, I'm curious. Hospital was a mixed bag. Kind of mixed. Some days were nice and quiet, some were miserable, and don't have much to say about it. Were you always antisocial, or did being in the hospital make you that way? Good question. I wonder if I would have had a normal social life had I at least gotten to go to high school. There's no way I would have been popular, but I probably would have had a best friend or two. That's what happens on TV, at least. I had friends when I was a kid, but those relationships were kind of circumstantial. Just other kids my age, children my age I could hang out with. Hospital, I was always surrounded by people, but I was only numbers and letters on the chart to them. An utterly replaceable patient, even to the ones who were nice to me. Death considers my words in silence. That's pretty sad. You didn't ask just to make fun of me, did you? Nah, just curious, like I said. Death always seems to come looking for me whenever I go off on my own. Are they really just curious, or do they only want someone to gawk at? They let me play GDA though. Can't imagine they ever did that for Scarlet or Celadon. Actually, do those two even know about Death's room? maybe I'm the only one who's seen it. It's almost like we're actually becoming friends. Is that something I should be happy about? I don't hate their company. I wonder if I'm allowed to ask what Death's life is like, too. Would they even tell me? It's your turn. What? Told you a little about myself. Now you go. What am I supposed to say? I don't know. Have you always been here? Secret! How'd you learn magic? Also secret. Wanna be friends? What? Caught them off guard with that one. Must be pretty desperate if you're trying to befriend death itself. You're the one who followed me to my room. Are you sure you don't want to be friends? What? I'm just... Celadon's trial is going on in my room, so I don't have anything better to do. Okay, I'll hang out with you. Death walks around the side of the bed and takes a seat at the end, facing the window. They're like a cat. I imagine if they had a tail, it'd be thumping the sheet slightly with annoyance. What should we do? Keep trying to beat Reaper's pickup. Anything but that. Saying the game I made you wasn't any fun. I guess I'd give it a chance if there was room for error. Losing after one mistake is brutal. Gotta believe in the heart of the cards, man! Or you could give me a cheat button? What? If the order's the same every time, I'd be showing you the answer. Well, only if you show me a few cards? But if I make it too easy, it loses replayability. Just randomize the card order. That would make it more balanced. You weren't trying to make a game that was fair and balanced in the first place, though, were you? Not for a trial, I wasn't. We continue laughing and chatting together for a while. Death is starting to seem like kind of a normal person to me. I pull out the paintball and we take turns picking out cards in order to try to complete a run together. Pretty fun as a co-op game, especially when you know your partner is about to pick the wrong card. I never had anyone to play games with me like this in the hospital. Well, when I look around, I'm still in a hospital room. But it feels kind of warm and friendly now. I'm grateful to have this experience. We suffered devastating loss after finally reaching the last suit. Death stuffs the game back in their pocket, promising me they'll add new game modes next time. What should we do now? I know. What do people normally do to pass time? You're asking me? Why do I gotta come up with everything around here? Technically a guest. That means it's your job to entertain me, right? You said this was your room. Yeah, but I still say I'm your guest. Fine. I'll entertain you. Wanna hear a ghost story? Sure. Death waves her hand and the shade comes down over one of the windows. The room dims, but not by much. They shine a light on the shade and wave their hand in front of it. Shadow puppets? Shh! It's starting! Long ago, a kid named Mob ended up here in the afterlife. He was small, one of the smallest to ever come here. His parents didn't love him, see. Aw. In the real world, he had it rough. Starved, kicked, and neglected. He was a little tripper. All the traumatic shit he went through just made him strong. Made him smarter than any of the other pampered kids his age. He didn't trust adults, so he ran away from all the other souls in the afterlife. One by one, those souls started disappearing. They figured out the secret to revival, the secret to leaving this place. But Mom wasn't interested in leaving. His life was shit, and being a kid, he had no power to change it. So we stayed, and everyone left him behind. Yep, they never even knew he was there. He preferred it that way. Over the years, other souls started making their home in the afterlife like him. Mav got older, braver, all the childhood trauma. He thought he was over that. He showed himself for the first time to his fellow souls who rejected the real world, just like him. Having been there the longest, he thought he could become their leader, show them how to live. But those assholes ended up treating him the same as the adults from back then. Oh no. Yeah, pretty heartbreaking stuff. Oh, what a betrayal! He didn't let it get him down. They all disappeared after that. You mean they revived? Heh. He'd been rejected ever since he was born. He knew no one would ever save him. So instead, he punished all the souls who had something to go back to, turning them all to ash. Some say mob spirit still haunts these very halls. Boo! Ah, don't scare me. You look so serious. I couldn't resist. You just got to the interesting part. Why did poor Mob have to become a villain? That's because in reality, no one's nice like you. Huh? You think I'm nice? Just an example, he wouldn't have become a vengeful ghost if he hadn't been treated like shit his whole life. Tale of rejection, huh? But setting is here. Story is, you made it up, right? Depends on if you believe in ghosts. Am I technically a ghost? This is the afterlife. Do you believe in yourself? Not at all. Damn it, Ash. I've been able to make Death laugh a lot today. It's almost like they like me or something. Anyway, I shouldn't leave Donnie and Scarlet alone for much longer. Oh, right, the trial. This is supposed to be the officiator, but they came to hang out with me. Not that there's much reason to watch. Might still be a while before he calls it. I'll come with you. A stalker. You're one to talk. Death continues to poke fun at me the entire way to the elevator. I must be fun to scare because every corner we turn, they do something to make me jump. Sudden movements, yelling, goes, pointing down the hall each time we turn the corner. Like, did you see that? I wish I could say they didn't get me every time, but I'm pretty easy to startle. Not that I'm all that afraid of ghosts or anything. We're just messing around. I think Death hasn't really had anyone to hang out with like this, so they might be a little excited. I know because that's how I feel too. I would have given anything to have a friend my age to run around the hospital at night with when there was no one else around. Imagine the mischief I could have gotten up to if I was a little healthier, less surrounded by elderly folk. Then again, if I was healthier, I wouldn't have need to stay in the hospital in the first place. When we get into the elevator, Death presses every single button. Gotta check every floor for paranormal activity, they claim. Just to ease my fears. I think they're stalling. Why bother checking in on Celadon in the first place? We wanted to end the trail, wouldn't he come crying to death on his own? But I guess it's their one job and all, giving people trials. They probably have to be somewhat responsible. I wonder who they answer to anyway. God? I'll try to remember to ask them later. Assuming we ever make it out of this elevator. We finally reached the morgue. Celadon is staring up at the wall of metal drawers where Scarlet is. How you feeling, Donnie? Your conscience eating away at you yet? Miss Scarlet hasn't said anything. Thought she must have fallen asleep, but that would be odd, wouldn't it? I can't sleep here. There's no way she would have just... Scarlet! Death mounts her scythe, rising up to the drawer they locked her in. Scarlet! You still in there? No response. It's been that long. I've been talking to her this whole time. Death throws back down to our level, then lands beside me. Should we open it? She could be faking it. If we open it, she might attack us. Yeah, knowing Scarlet. I don't doubt that she'd planned something like this, no matter how much it might worry us. We didn't worry over her when she got tossed in there to begin with. Do you think she's okay? Celadon's words might express concern, but his expression is hollow. Well, it's not like she got out. She's either ignoring us or Johnny killed her. Ah, it's like Schrodinger's cat. To open the box, she's both alive and dead at the same time. It's one or the other. Technically, she was already dead and alive, being in this afterlife. But she can't be dead. Her hourglass wasn't anywhere close to running out. Celadon's right. It hasn't been not long at all, really. And even if her hourglass did run out, Death said her soul would stick around. She just wouldn't be able to revive anymore. Scarlet must be desperate to get out, so she's holding her breath, waiting for us to open the door so she can escape. That must be it, right, Scarlet? Well, only one way to find out. Death flies over our heads once more, then knocks on the metal door. Hey, Scarlet, I'll pause the trial, let you out for a minute, just to stretch your legs and all. All you have to do is say the words, speak now, or forever rest in peace. I don't think that's how the saying goes. Excuse me, Ash. I was trying to get Scarlet to correct me. Silence. Scarlet, are you there? Celadon and I exchanged looks. If she's not responding even to me, then could it really mean? Okay, I'm opening it. When Death opened the drawer, dark black flecks of dust rained down, scattering on the pristine white floor, and Scarlet was nowhere to be seen. The drawer was empty. There was only ash. Ash, where Scarlet once was. Her soul turned to ash, just like in Death's story. Mauve, the spirit that haunts these halls, who punished the souls who had something to go back to. He'd gotten Scarlet. Just like that, she was gone. Scarlet, who I'd only just met this morning. Scarlet, who'd taken the time to explain what this place was. She had tried to help me. I ignored her. I turned away from her when she needed help. That was none of my business. I don't know. I didn't know that she... Words failed me. Said I was gripped by guilt and fear. Scarlet? That was the one she was in, wasn't it? Where is she? It wasn't a different door, was it? Panic questions spill out of him as I stare at the scattered remains of our friend. No, this isn't something you'd let happen to a friend. None of us have the right to call ourselves Scarlet's friend. Congratulations, Celadon. There's a waver in their voice. I guess you win. You're giving it to him? What else am I supposed to throw at him? He really went through with this one to the end. It's only fair, right? Yeah, fair is fair. You win, Celadon. Why does Death sound so shaken? They must not have expected this either. I won? Celadon's expression is just as distant and hollow as before. I won my trial. I did it, Ash. For so many years. I can finally revive. I can't manage a response. He's looking right through me. Death leads us out of the morgue and down the hallway. No one's ever won a trial before. You're the first, Donnie. Really? I guess my perseverance finally paid off. He's smiling, but Scarlet is dead. The elevator will take you out of here. I don't know exactly how it works, so good luck figuring it out. What? The elevator, huh? Never would have guessed. He's really leaving. He'll really get to revive. Even though Scarlet's soul ended up like that, Celadon is leaving with a smile on his face. Celadon steps into the elevator with the same vacant, hollow stare. I can get back to my own life now. And then he was gone. Death. Scarlet, Mauve got her, didn't he? That was just a story. Their tone is dark and assertive. I don't really believe in ghosts, dude. Come on, I made that shit up. What happened to her? Why won't you answer me? Is it something you're not supposed to say? Is it against the rules? Are you following orders from God? There is no God. Huh? Look around, Ash. It's just you and me now. We're the only ones here. Oh, yeah. I guess that was silly of me. Think something like God exists. No matter how much I prayed when I was younger, I never got better. When did I stop praying anyway? Maybe when it became too painful to kneel at my bedside? Always found believing in a higher power to be a little comforting. It was a nice idea, thinking someone would save me if only I pledged my allegiance and asked. But that never happened. How silly. Scarlet didn't have anyone to save her either. She died so that Celadon could leave this place. Her soul is gone now. She's really just gone. Is the elevator really the way out? Yeah. Why? You sick of me? No. What's gonna happen to me? What'll happen if I don't revive? You worry about turning into ash. I nod weakly. Heh. Well, you're already ash. I'm serious. Sorry. Beth flips her mask up and looks at me. Alright, I'll ask you this. Do you want to go back to the real world or stay here? I want to... I don't know what to choose for here. I'm going to save it. Say stay here. I like it here. I can move around, I have energy, I'm not in pain. And I made a friend. I don't want to leave you behind. Shut up! Don't say such embarrassing shit. But I'm scared. If I stay, will I end up like Scarlet? I don't want it that. I can't take it. I don't know what I should do. In that case, let me ease your fears. Come with me. Confused, I followed them out of the morgue and toward the stairwell. I'm gonna let you in on a secret. Dad talks to me over their shoulder as we climb up the steps. There are 3 ways to have your soul released from this place. The first is the elevator. Like I said, I don't know how it works, but I know it's the only path to revival. Is Celadon gonna be able to get it to work? Should we try to help him? Nah, it's something you gotta do on your own. We won't be able to solve it for him. We reach the first door. Death pushes the door open, holding it for me. What's the second way out? The front entrance? Yeah, that'd be Oblivion. I already warned you about that one. Don't know what exactly happens out there either, but it can't be good. I bet you lose your mind. There's a lot of things Death doesn't seem to know, more than expected. A third is despair. Is that what happened to Scarlet? Yeah. The pile of ashes we saw flashes in my mind. My steps slow to a stop as I try to process the image. Her soul was reduced to ash. Death takes me by the hand and leads me to the front desk. That's not supposed to happen if your hourglass is still going. When you still have hope of reviving, my guess is if you die in the real world, your soul can't remain in this afterlife. So Scarlet's disappearing act must mean, well, maybe her body unexpectedly shut down in real life, like by suicide or something. Don't say that. Sorry, just an example. They bring me around the desk to the computer. They press the button to turn it on, holding a few keys down on the keyboard as they do so. I'm showing you this, but you can't tell another soul got it. There isn't another soul to tell. In the future, I mean. Promise? Yeah, I promise. They turn the monitor toward me. Lines of text slowly scroll out on the otherwise blank white screen. Welcome to the afterlife. Please do not despair. This time your death is merely a social one. It is likely the world has not been kind to you. This space was created as a place of relaxation and recovery for lost souls. May it serve as respite until you're ready to move on. Beware the front exit, for it leads to oblivion. This is the path for those who choose to abandon society and commit to isolation. To return to your life, you need only enter the elevator. Carry the hope to connect to others in your heart, and the exit will reveal itself to you. Without love, it cannot be seen. We are praying for your peaceful revival. It's what you're supposed to see when you first got here. Truth of this place, I have to keep it under wraps or else everyone starts getting ideas. But since I freaked you out with my ghost story, I figured I owe you an explanation. What is this supposed to explain? I feel more confused than ever. I don't know where to start. Okay, well, answer whatever question you have if it helps. Ask me anything. Who wrote that message? Who wrote it? Was it you? Nah, it came from before my time. Before their time? Is there more than one death? Who wrote it? Who is this we? Don't know. Doesn't say. That screen though makes this place sound kind of welcoming, doesn't it? I nod slowly. Whoever wrote it didn't think about the reality of the souls they collected here with the phase. They created a type of hell, whether they planned to or not. Hell, do they mean things were even more difficult when everyone knew this truth? What about the trials? That message doesn't say anything about the trials. That's because I made them up. That's true. Did Scarlet die for nothing? I don't want to believe that. It says all you need is hope to connect to others. Right, I've never seen the supposed way out, so I don't know what it's supposed to look like. So it doesn't matter that Celadon won his trial. Hey, he earned his hint at least. I can't solve the elevator shit for him. They broke him, and then Scarlet died. Isn't that murder? She didn't just die, she was killed. Why keep it a secret? I asked the question I've been wondering about as soon as they showed me the secret. Death, why did you hide all this from everyone? Ugh, here we go. What do you think happens when all these social rejects end them in such a cozy place free from the stress of their shitty lives? It's my job to make it miserable enough that they actually want to leave. It's because of what happened to Mauve. I told you I made that up. Learn to separate fiction from reality, dumbass. Important. I need to know if you're doing it to try to help people get back to their lives sooner or to hurt them. I don't know anymore. I give them trials and they can choose between oblivion or figuring out the elevator on their own. I'd say most people who've come through here do actually make it out the elevator. Yeah, I guess you warned me about going outside for a reason. Exactly. You promise I won't die? You promise if I stay here, I won't die? Yeah, you won't die. That's not supposed to happen anyway. This place is meant to heal lost souls, rehabilitate them so they can prepare to go back to the real world and have a social life again. It's supposed to heal us, then what about Scarlet? She's dead? Why do you care so much about her all of a sudden? Because she died! I could have helped her. I should have done something. I acted like it wasn't my problem. What's done is done. She sucked anyway. Why are you acting like you don't care? You've been nice to me. I know you're not a heartless person. Well, maybe you're wrong about me. I'm deaf. I can't relate to humans. I don't believe you. Why are you being so damn stubborn? Show me that message so that I'd be able to leave if I wanted to. Because you knew I was scared. If you were a heartless person, you would have kept the truth to yourself. If there's some other reason you decided to tell me, I mean, why would you care about someone like me anyway? To be honest, I'm kind of sick of coming up with trials all the time. You are? Yeah, there's only so many torture scenarios I can come up with before I start repeating myself. That Donnie was a tough nut to crack. I ended up giving him longer, more tedious trials, but the bastard never knew when to quit. Pain in the ass. I'd rather just chill and play games with someone, and I don't know, you seem like the kind of person who'd be down for that. Oh, yeah. That's the way I am, huh? I avoid other people. I avoid them, and then I have the nerve to act all sad when they're gone. It's not like Scarlet really cared about me either. We were strangers. That didn't mean to cause her to... They didn't expect that to happen. There was really no way around this. Yeah, I'll just pretend none of that stuff happened. We can go back to playing video games. It's either that or revive and wake up in my painful reality. I couldn't bear that. Not alone. We agree to head back up to my room for now. Death will have to clean up theirs up later, but we don't have to worry about that right now. We can go back to having fun, playing more Reaper's Pickup or something. Maybe Death will tell me another ghost story. Maybe he'll teach me how to do shadow puppets. There's so many fun things we can do here. Things that are only possible here. The elevator arrives back at the lobby with a ding. But when the doors open... we're met with another pile of ashes. Celadon. He didn't revive? Can't pull my way from Celadon's remains. When people leave through the elevator, they haven't left anything behind before. Mauve is punishing everyone. I told you that's not real! How do I know that? How do I know you're not just saying whatever you think will keep me from leaving? It's not mauve! Turning souls to ash, you said that's not supposed to happen! You said if they still have time left in their hourglasses, they're supposed to be safe! The message you showed me, it said this was a place of respite. It didn't say anything about this. So why? Why did this happen to Celadon too? I must be next, right? I'm the only human left, so I'm the next target, aren't I? No, you're not. How can you know for sure? How do you know that it isn't mauve? Because I'm mauve! Huh? The person standing in front of me changes form before my eyes, losing the mask, the hood, the scythe, until they become nothing more than a scared teenager. I'm sorry, I kept telling you it was fake, but the story was about me, the boy who showed up here when he was a kid. And that was me. But you're not an evil ghost. I might as well be! Look what happened because of me. Death is really mauve? Which means they were never a Grim Reaper at all. It poses one, handing out trials, rewriting the rules of this place. The mask and those cheap-looking gloves, even the scythe, all part of their facade. I had started thinking they seemed like a normal person, and I was right. Mauve is just another soul who ended up here. A soul who's been here longer than anyone else. That's why there's so much they don't know. They've just been making things up as they've gone along. I stared down at the pile of ashes on the floor. It's all my fault. I'm sorry. The reason they turn to ash is because that's what happens to people who have no connections left. With nothing tethering them to this world, their soul crumbles to dust. Is it really because you want revenge? No, I mean, I don't like these people, but it's not like I want them to die like that. Meaning, they're not a heartless person. They're just in pain, like I thought. This place is meant to unite the people who are forgotten by society. As if we can't all get along just because we can relate over that bullshit. I've seen groups come and go, people getting disillusioned, hurting each other. I thought, if I'll never get to revive, why should any of these assholes? I hated everyone so much. So he made it the trials. Yeah, being death and all gave him a distraction, so that they get the hell out of here and leave me alone. But watching someone's soul crumble like that, even when I thought they deserved it, scared the shit out of me. When I stand at where Celadon once was, we did this to him. I'm sorry, alright? It's my fault. Let's take the stairs. Huh? We were going to my room, remember? We don't have to take the elevator. Mauve gives a hesitant nod and walks with me in the direction of the stairwell. I don't want to think anymore. I don't want to think about what happened to Scarlet and Celadon, or what could happen to me. All that matters right now is the person in front of me. Mauve grew up in this afterlife. Turns out they're only a few years younger than me. His death, I thought they must have been at least 100 years old, but they're not. I grew up here playing video games and browsing the web. And that's so different from how I grew up, being sick and confined to my bed most of the time. It made me think, no wonder we get along. If I stayed here with them, maybe we could make things better for ourselves. No more death. No more trials. Just relaxation recovery like this place is meant for. When we reach the door to my room, Mauve speaks up. You know, once this place emptied out, I didn't feel any better. Only made it that much clearer how alone I really am. Yeah, I can imagine. I can never revive. Even though I'm not a kid anymore, there's still not much I can do about my shitty life. I'm black and trans. Our country's made it crystal clear. I'm not welcome in it, you know? Oh, that's right. I thought we'd all been calling death they because they were kind of mysterious. What's it like? When did you... I mean, the mom from your story was a boy. Oh yeah, once I became death, I was like, you know what? Screw gender. Never look back after that. That's really cool. You think so? I could start calling you they if you want. I don't know if it suits me. Ain't no pressure, just thought I'd offer. Step into my room, my heart already feeling a little lighter. I think asking everyone to call me they would cause trouble for my doctors. What? Who cares about your shit doctors? Screw them. They are keeping me alive. But at what cost, Ash? Seriously? Do you think, how long would I last? Realistically, like, I never found my hourglass, so... I mean, I told you before, you're not gonna keel over the second it runs out. Should be fine. What about yours? How much time do you have left? What? My hourglass? I broke it years ago, just to see what happened. You broke it? Yeah, just hate seeing it so full, as if my life still had so much potential. What a joke. You haven't gotten tired of being in this place, even after so long? Well, it's not perfect. The souls who end up here mostly suck. When you came along, after that, finally, someone normal. I don't think I'm normal at all. Hey, neither am I. You know what I mean? Being able to laugh together like this, I don't want this feeling to end. Listen, Ash. This afterlife is like the one place I have any power. It's the one place I can decide what my life looks like. That's why I don't want to leave. I feel like safe here. Yeah, I know what you mean. My health is so much better. I can do so much more. I think it'd be painful to... I mean, I don't want to go back. Huh? That's right. That's how I felt all along. I was scared before, but if Mauve can survive here for this long, maybe I can too. I want to be like you. I don't want to revive. I want to stay here. I want to stay in this place where I don't have to be sick anymore. Where I can hang out with my new friend. What friend? You, dummy! Yeah, alright. Staying in the afterlife is way better. Who needs the real world? Yeah, so how'd you learn to fly and stuff? Think I'll give away the secret of magic so easily. Come on, I thought we were friends. Teach you if you beat Reaper's pickup. Hey, no fair. This is what I wanted. To stay in this place where I have someone to joke around with. Someone who makes my hospital room feel warm and cozy rather than cold and isolating. Where I can feel like a person instead of a patient. And Mom doesn't have to be alone anymore either. I'm the only one who can help them. It feels so nice to be useful to someone. I felt like a burden for so long. Mom starts up the game again and shoves it into my hands. I try my best to pick out the first few cards we memorized together. It's funny. My vision won't stay focused. Hey! Pick up the next card already! Right. Which one were we on again? What's wrong with you? It was at the top. Why do I feel so tired all of a sudden? Hey! Are you okay? I don't know. I set the game down on the bed beside me. That's when I see the state of my fingers. Mauve, look. I show them my hands. It's happening, isn't it? What the hell? What? Hey, it's way too soon for you to... Their eyes stop on my empty IV bag. Shit, was it that? In plain sight all along? I feel so tired. I gotta lay down. Shit. Sorry I couldn't finish the game. No, it's okay. There's still a little left. We still have time. It's hard to think. I can't come up with a good response. Don't die on me, Ash! It'd be like I killed you too! My consciousness fades in and out. I feel myself being lifted off the bed and carried by something. Next thing I know, we're in front of the elevator. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna revive, and it'll fix you. It'll fix me? Look, I don't know for sure, but you're not getting better staying here, are you? Let's see how does this thing... Ah, this button. Okay, look, Ash, just press this button, and you'll revive. I can't. Sure you can. Just reach up. Put it on my hands. My fingers have crumbled away. Mauve, I can't. I'm sorry. Ah! Close my eyes. I'm so tired. If I fade away now, will Mauve disappear too? They'll have no one left. They'll end up just like Scarlet and Celadon. And me? Stupid. How stupid, thinking I could live forever. Thinking I could live without pain. I'm so selfish. And now Mauve will... I hear the elevator doors close. When When I open my eyes, Mauve is on their knees in front of me. You pressed it. We're revived together now. I thought they weren't able to. Ash, I'm scared. Mauve's voice is shaky. It sounds like they're crying. It's okay. No, it's not! I don't know how to live in the real world! I grew up here. I don't know what I'm supposed to do out there. Hey, that's alright. Neither do I. I grew up in a hospital mostly, so I understand how you feel. What are we gonna do? What are we supposed to do now? Let's play video games together. Mauve turns to look back at me. I'm sure we can figure things out, as long as we have each other. The floors of the elevator become soft yet prickly. Dandelions sway in front of my eyes, making it hard to see Mauve's face. It's the same fellow's hospital, right? You remembered. Just make sure you don't die before I get there. Huh. I'll try. We sit together in silence, waiting for this dream to end. Well, mostly silence. Mauve keeps sniffling. Will we really be able to do it? Survive in the real world together, I mean. It's a nice thought, but I can't do very much to help them there, can I? I'll be sick again. Well, sick, but still alive. Sure? I'm sure they'll work out somehow. I mean, we might as well give it a try. See you on the other side, friend.
Can you hear my heart break? Counting all my mistakes, it shatters softly like a dandelion. Put my faith in the wind, hoping I'll grow again. Another time, another place with new friends. Wake me when my afterlife begins.
Hey, we're all here now. Yay. I wanna check something. There's 3 methods and... Okay. I was thinking it might have to do with the other option for where I saved it, just in case, but... Anyway, we have... well, 3 endings left to get. 2 are bad ones, though, so... they should... I'm probably just gonna, like, fast forward them when I get to them, but that will be next time. So we're gonna try and get all 3 of those endings next time. So... yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you, Serenity Forge, for the code. If you enjoyed the video, consider tossing a like, comment, subscribe. Maybe click the bell for notifications. Also, be sure to check out the description below. Various links, social media, Discord. Come hang out. Get notifications there as well. And until next time, this is rinimt signing out. Bye!